Drivers in front.
Comes inside Little Al. A drag race on the backside again. Slower traffic moves to the right. Can Fittipaldi get past? Little Al brings it down low. They touch. Little Al into the wall. Fittipaldi continues on. Little Al slams the wall as Emerson Fittipaldi screams toward the white flag. The yellow flag comes out. Al Unser Jr. taps with Emerson Fittipaldi. They are on the main stretch now, but is Fittipaldi's car fit? Fittipaldi tried it inside the third turn. The white flag is out. 199 laps are complete. The yellow flag flies. Teresa kisses Pat Patrick. Can you imagine the despair that Shelley and Al Unser feel now? Because for the second year in a row, he's okay. Little Al climbs out of his car, walks away from the safety crews. For the second year in a row, the Indianapolis 500 will finish under the yellow flag, but this time it will be a new name. It will be that of two-time world driving champion Emerson Fittipaldi. Former world driving champions winning here. Jimmy Clark, Graham Hill, Mario Andretti, and now the name Fittipaldi.
And Al Unser Jr. sees Dwayne Sweeney's white flag. 2.5 miles. One more lap to go. If Scott Goodyear has a chance, the time is now. Don't forget 10 years ago, John Cox and Rick Mears raced on the last lap for the finish. John Cox won that one. That was experience over Rick Mears' relative inexperience. Will that happen again here today? They're on the backstretch. 223 miles an hour on the last lap.
No traffic involved.
Turn for home now on the main stretch. Scott Goodyear closes in. He looks for a place to come by. Scott Goodyear tries it, but no.
I believe that's the closest finish in Indy history. Closer than the race 10 years ago when John Cox beat Rick Mears.
10 years ago.
He's running side by side. He's going to let Rahal catch him if they're not careful.
And here comes Castro Neves on the new tires. It took him a long time to catch back up, but he's coming.
Franchitti has about a tenth of a second advantage.
Castro Neves is flying. Those tires are working, so it's Castro Neves. Look at him on the high side.
But only one more lap to go as the white flag comes out.
Can Castro Neves do it in the meantime? Who's going to win this thing?
Great battle up front. And here's the...
Oh, no! Castro Neves gets sideways.
Sato
is in the wall, and the race will end under caution, and Ryan Hunter-Reay is going to win the championship.
Wow.
And Ed Carpenter is ahead of Franchitti. Ed Carpenter will come off of corner number 4, and he is going to win the MAV-TV Indycar World Championships presented by Lucas Oil, while Ryan Hunter-Reay is the champion for 2012. The same situation as at Indianapolis. Sato crashes on the last lap, not in contention for the win, but a major player. And Michael Andretti's team wins it.
They can still hear me. Thanks for staying with us all week.
Oh, man.
I don't know who's really more, you or Ryan Hunter-Reay.
Well, it was just a great race to end my career on. Wow.
Simply, white flag next time. That's it.
Leader's been told to use full rich if he has to. He just said, that's the guy. And in the Penske pit wall, they are sweating bullets, literally. They know the white flag's up next time die as Tracy stalks and closes.
Tracy looks to the outside. Whoa, and the car in trouble right on against the wall. White flag, yellow flag are going to come out together.
Paul, that is the race right there.
Yeah, baby!
He ran just a spurt of fuel, and Paul Tracy's going to get it.
Scoring goes back to the previous lap. Unbelievable, but he does have to finish.
Gonna say, Paul, that's the key. He's got to get around even under yellow, and they're still concerned.
So, Helio Castroneves got to get through all that debris, and the engine has to stay running all the way to the backstretch, down the front, around turn 3, around 4, and then he'll have it. It's not won yet.
And they're telling him on the radio, go real slow, and milk it for every bit you can. Cindric on the radio, they're still very nervous, Paul.
Wilbur Shaw, Maury Rose, Bill Vukovich, Al Unser, all have had back-to-back wins. Castroneves may be about to add his name to that list. Oh, agonizingly slow. And of course, Tracy looking for any opportunity, any falter at all. He's done it.
Making a move on the outside of Logan Gomez. They're going to go wheel to wheel through the 3rd and 4th corners. Whoa! Oh, they come so close to touching. They come off the corner. Who is it going to be by inches?
Whoa!
I don't know. Gomez, it would appear, by 5/10,000ths of a second. The victory for Logan Gomez over Alex Lloyd. That.
Mancini trying to edge in front as the South Florida sun begins to set. Oh, he's fading. Hildebrand still has that preferred line on the inside. Romancini, I think he went a lap too early.
I think he went a little too early, and he timed it just a little bit too late.
White flag, final lap. Here comes Romancini. This is going to be it. His final attempt to get around J.R. Hildebrand.
He needs to lag back right here and make the move coming into 3.
Off of turn number 2, down the back straight for the final time to the outside as he looks over at J.R. Hildebrand. I think he knows at this point, Ari, he doesn't have enough.
Look at Saavedra. Let's see if he can get it. Oh, too much understeer again. He had to lift.
Off of turn number 4, they'll race side by side to the line. Romancini, it's a dead heat, and let's wait and see. It's Romancini, the winner. Mario Romancini off of turn number 4. We thought he had gone early. He timed it instead, Ari, just right.
Wow,
and there's JR's mom can't believe it.
Oh, that's Tammy Peterson, but she is shocked. Romancini just pulled it off 6/10,000ths of a second.
6,000ths is the difference. Romancini went to the high side as he exited turn 4. Ari, here it is, and here is the finish. Inches separating J.R. Hildebrand and Mario Romancini at the line.
Wow, that car just accelerated like crazy coming off of 4. That was awesome.
What a race. Look at that.
57/1000ths, the official time.
How about that finish? Mario Romancini, both of us, and
we said it was too early.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
I guess he knew better.
And that is
finish. I got a feeling the 2 best cars right now are Sato and Kanaan. They're both looking for a way around these leaders, but you're going to have to do a 3 wide like this.
No attack, no chance. Takuma Sato making it stick 2 laps in a row on the high side, up where nobody's been willing to go before, and he slots into 3rd.
Power stays out in front. That's Dixon right behind him. Sato in the 2nd blue car. Kanaan is the 3rd blue car running in 4th. Sato coming to the bottom side of Scott Dixon, and they turn. Dixon goes around. Sato goes around. Power is in front.
Oh.
Well, you knew it was going to happen at some point. They were absolutely driving like maniacs.
Scott Dixon is going to be furious, as he should be.
Connor Daly also collected.
I wonder if they'll call a red now.
The more likely they are to run more races this season, so that's pretty cool.
That will be his best career finish. He finished 9th at Indianapolis, had one other 9th place finish. And that team is planning, I would think, with no damage. We'll see them in Pocono, and their goal is to be full-time in 2018. Harding Racing, Mike Harding, based out of Indianapolis. Larry Curry said, we had talked before, we had met. I actually had done some work with him, but this all got started after the 500 last year in a suite.
I'm gonna circle another result. Connor Daly will come home 7th. didn't wreck. If he did, not very hard on contact there, but it's a big deal for Connor to finish this race after the big crash last year. They struggled so much. He was much racier than I think any of us would have predicted, Paul. So that's another young driver and a team that really needs a solid result, and they got it tonight.
Absolutely. And then another solid night on the oval for Will Power. This is a place where he got his first oval win. As he's coming to the checkers, his wife will be relieved. She was chewing on that plastic bottle. And another great finish for Simon Pagenaud, which is going to help him in the championship as well.
So under caution, Will Power will take the checkered flag. The 31st win of Will Power's IndyCar career, his second at Texas Motor Speedway.
Job in the pit. Fantastic job. Oh my God.
And then Montoya. Here comes that battle that's been circulating. And look at Adrian Fernandez. He's going to jump into this thing. Carpentier, the blue car, just back, is 2 laps behind the lead, not part of the fight.
It'll be really interesting here, Paul, to see if Tracy shuts off the inside for Michael Andretti. See if he tries the low line, trying to take air off Michael's car. The gloves are off now with only 2 laps to go.
Max Pappas is going to see an incredible sight next time around. The white flag will tell him just 2 miles, 1 lap to go. And if he can do it, he becomes the 6th driver to score his first career win in a 500-mile race at Michigan. Now 1 lap to go. Max Pappas is on the final lap for Bobby Rahal. Kanaan crossed the line 3 seconds behind him. Montoya 4 seconds back. Down the back straightaway. Will Max Pappas become the 3rd first-time winner this year? It sure looks that way. He runs out of fuel. He runs out of fuel. Kanaan screams past. Kanaan screams into the lead. Montoya's trying to chase him to the line. Oh, so very close. Montoya jumped low at the line. It looked for a moment there like Pappas was just slowing for the flag, and then he slowed further. And by 32 thousandths, Kanaan takes Montoya, and Pappas has to give it away. Oh, Max Pappas pulls it off onto the grass and down to the end of the pit area, and Tony Kanaan takes the win. What an incredible final lap.
Single file. Turn number 4 back on the straightaway, and Peter Ida had to jump out of line. And we're green. White flag, 1 to go in the Freedom 100. Ed Jones to the outside to the lead.
Ed Jones took advantage of Juan Piedrahita running into the back of Dean Stoneman there. The question now remains, does Dean Stoneman have an undamaged car? Can he do something with that? As we see Dalton Kellett too wide through turn 2. But right now, all eyes on Ed Jones and Dean Stoneman. What's going to happen here?
And I think Stoneman's in the catbird seat. He's positioned perfect. He's got no pressure from behind.
Stoneman to the outside. Turn 3, 2 corners to go. Get your cameras ready for another photo finish at Indy Lights. Ed Jones on the inside. Stoneman to the outside. Back on the main straightaway. A drag race to the finish at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And it's side by side at the finish. Dean Stoneman has won the Freedom 100. 0.002 thousandths of a second. Dean Stoneman has won over Ed Jones in a remarkable finish at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
What a crazy finish there, and this puts Dean Stoneman in the history books. And
got a big draft now. He's got a really good one.
Pruitt is a very defensive driver.
Little Al tries to the outside as the white flag comes out. Side by side through the first turn. Little Al takes the advantage running high and comes into the lead. Less than 2 miles to go now in this 500-mile run, and Al Unser Jr. picks the lead up again. But what about Scott? He's going to chase Al everywhere he can.
He's got the draft now.
So Scott Pruitt may have the advantage coming to the final turns. Did he move too quick? Did he move too soon?
He still
got it. They continue side by side. Al Unser Jr. and Scott Pruitt come to the line.
and Pruitt's got him. Scott Pruitt takes the win.
One of the best races.
Who has enough fuel coming out of 2?
And Dixon's pushing Dario up to the high line, but he's got to watch the low side because here comes the 6 car of Sam Hornish, who might just play a part on who gets the surge across the line for the final lap.
Coming to the white flag. 1 lap to go, this time by. The championship at stake. Who's going to get it? Will it be Scott Dixon from New Zealand or this year's Indy 500 winner, Dario Franchitti from Scotland? Down the backstretch for the final time. Dixon in control. Into 3. If Dario has anything, he's going up, and Dixon's out of fuel. Dixon is out of fuel. Dario Franchitti's going to win the race and the championship.
Car is slowing up. Alex had the lift coming off. Greg Moore's alongside. Go down the inside.
Oh, no, what do you do if you're Arden Meyer in that yellow Lola? He's got the race leader sandwiching him. Oh! And Moore around the outside into 1. Oh, he makes it. Oh, Zanardi's up high. Can he hold it?
No, he got out on the gray. He couldn't do anything. Greg Moore did an incredible move.
Is he close enough? There's Mark Blundell moving very slowly, letting the race leaders take the corner first.
He took it in there deep, but I don't think he has enough.
Zanardi back on the throttle, but I don't think he'll do it. Greg Moore, sudden victory, the 3rd of his career. Zanardi 2nd, and the celebration breaks out in the
Vernay is in 3rd, Philip Major, Dan Clark, Stephen Wilson, Campos, Lyondike, Battistini, and Barbosa rounding out the top 10.
Hinchcliffe with a great run at the exit of turn number 2, pulls alongside, but can he make it stick? I'm sure Pippa is looking for a little help in terms of getting the bottom side locked up from her teammate J.K. Vernay. Hinchcliffe with a great run. White flag is out.
And Hinchcliffe is in front at the line by 2/100ths of a second. But now Pippa Man to the low side is back in front through 2. The front 4 are side by side in rows of 2. Hinchcliffe will edge back in front. He's on the high line. Pippa Man on the low line coming around 3. Hinchcliffe by a 1/4 of a car length. Mark, they're side by side coming through turn number 4. Another photo finish at Chicagoland Speedway.
Pippa Man, James Hinchcliffe nose to tail of the start-finish line, and it looks like James Hinchcliffe's going to win it. Hinchcliffe's going to win it. James Hinchcliffe a winner in an exciting finish here at Chicagoland Speedway.
Camp, Oriel Servia 8, Hinchcliffe 7, Dixon 6, with only a few laps left to go. Does Hunter Ray have enough to keep in front?
Again, it's Ryan Hunter-Ray, the race leader. He chose the outside lane. Oriel Servia trying to pick up his first win for Newman Haas Racing. Oh, and a spin all the way in the start. We've got cars going everywhere.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And it includes Will Power. Danica Patrick spins. And you see Michael Andretti, he was complaining at the beginning of this because, and there's damage to Danica's car.
Moist track's probably just a little bit, that mist comes down. It doesn't take much with these slicks, Marty.
And this is really going to affect Will Power. Rick, let's check in. What's going on down there?
Well, I'm standing by what I will describe a very agitated Michael Andretti. You called this. You said that was going to happen out there.
Yep, and this is the worst officiating I've ever seen. Sorry, Brian, but this was bad. Really bad. Well, we lost the car and we lost the lead. I mean, this is just, you don't do that. It was wetter than when they threw the yellow earlier and they threw the green. I mean, it's just...
you came down, you appealed to the officials.
I tried. It doesn't matter. Really, really disappointed. I mean, they normally Brian does a great job, but this one he really missed it.
Michael Andretti once again came down, was yelling at the officials. Ryan Hunter-Ray in the car was pleading, saying, "This is stupid. I can't even put the power
The
down."
car here is a replay of that as he is just beside himself.
And frustrating. You know, he's not had the season that he wanted to. He's been so dominant, so many racetracks, had some bad luck, some bad calls. Situation at Mid-Ohio, just with an unfortunate scenario of being the wrong place at the wrong time with the yellow.
He was at 47 points the way it was, and now it's 57 points based on where he is right now. And if this race restarts, it's going to get even worse because there's still cars that could pass
we
him.
talked about before. The drivers do report back, and there's the checkered flag.
Checkered flag is out. Now that means Ryan Hunter-Reay is going to be your race winner. So this race is now officially over. And again, we're still trying to get Brian Barnhart in here to discuss with us what happened on the track and how this decision all came about. But we are now being told this race is over. Ryan Hunter-Reay picks up the win, and Michael Andretti is now a lot happier than he was just a few minutes ago.
And here they come, the final 2 laps, 5 miles at Indianapolis. Juan Pablo Montoya leads, Will Power is second, Charlie Kimball third, Scott Dixon fourth. Next time is the white flag.
And Power is back in his toe. Montoya is trying to break the toe by going to the bottom part of the track and then back up to the high part.
And right now it will be a Penske win unless these 2 guys take themselves out. And then who's behind you? 2 Ganassi cars.
The white flag is waiting at the yard of bricks. And we enter the final lap of the Indianapolis 500. Kimball has caught up to Power. 1 lap to go. Who's going to win it? Power slipped in turn 2. Justin Wilson just came off the pit lane. He and Munoz had to stop for fuel. Final 2 corners for Montoya. He was all the way back in 30th place after an opening laps crash. Here they come to the checkered flag. And the winner of the Indianapolis 500 is Juan Pablo Montoya.
He called on the radio and said, I think the engine's gone. He's just trying to bring it home if he can.
Montoya, Andretti, Franchitti, now Carpentier to fourth. Castroneves and Fernandez battle for fifth. But the big fight is here at the front of the field.
Will it play out this way? Will you be able to draft on that last lap down the backside? Let's see if Montoya can come back before the start-finish stripe. Okay, it doesn't look like it.
Last lap, 1 to go. Michael wanted the lead with 1 lap to go.
I'm surprised at that. But Juan takes it back.
Montoya down inside. Montoya takes the lead of the race. Carso Marquez, a slower car just ahead. Michael darts out on the backstretch. Michael tries to get it down inside. Montoya's going to stay right there on the outside. The slower car is just ahead. Montoya. Now Andretti, and they almost touched. They may have touched. The slower car is going to be a factor as Montoya brings him to the line. And Montoya takes the Michigan 500. What a finish. 4/100ths of a second. Montoya over Michael. And Montoya's 9th career win.
The front car of Danny Weldon right now. Remember, that's a Honda Power Plant number 26 Toyota for Castroneves and Hornish in 2nd and 3rd.
We've got 2 laps to go. Dan Weldon is your leader. He's the reigning Indianapolis 500 champion, trying to hold off Team Penske in the form of Helio Castroneves, number 3, and number 6, Sam Hornish. Both of them looking for another victory in 2005, but it's going to be a tough task to get around Dan Weldon as they come out of turn number 4. It is Weldon. The Toyotas of Penske decide to go high. Weldon keeps the low line, and here comes Tony Kanaan on the inside.
Smart team movement by Team Penske right now. They're going around the high side the longer way. Will the drafting work and overpower the Honda Power that's on the low line? We'll have to see.
Chicago breeds close finishes, and they are going to make it yet another one. It's Weldon on the inside. Castroneves on the outside. Somebody wake the queen, because Dan Weldon just walked away with the checkered flag.
That was unbelievable.
The pride of the UK racing community has done it again. Dan Weldon picks up his 6th victory on the year.
And Dario Franchitti stretches the advantage right now. That is Ryan Hunter-Reay up on the high side of Tony Kanaan for 4th position. Here's the white flag. We got 1 more lap to go at Chicagoland.
Wow, the point swing here with Franchitti in the lead and Power
having to fuel.
But it's not over. Here comes Weldon.
Dan Weldon, as we mentioned, finished second in Indianapolis. That's where he's running now. Marco Andretti looks to the high side. They come off of corner number 4. Let's see who wins it. It's going to be Dario Franchitti winning with Dan Weldon second and Marco Andretti third.
I don't think I've ever seen an open wheel car race with people this close at the finish.
No, and never so fast. I mean, these laps in the high 190.
Look at this.
Dina there. All right.
He may do it.
Yeah, he may. He's that close. Look at that. Shallow line.
They're going to get the white flag. There'll be one lap to go. As he moves along, tries for Johncock. Is he going to do it? The white flag out. This is the final lap.
Going down into the first turn. What? No. Gordon held him off there going into that first turn.
Over the roar of the engines, you can hear the 400,000 people going course.
All right.
No one has ever seen this before in Indianapolis.
This is the back straight, Jim. There's just 2 turns to go now. Mears behind, and he's again trying to slipstream him.
Johncock did a good job of staying ahead of him in turn 1 when he made that move there.
Good. That was
Enough.
brilliant. That was brilliant.
Not quite over. Johncock still with the lead.
Here it comes
Headed
again.
for the finish line. He's still closing. That's his wife.
It's too late now. You only got to pray. Look at that.
Here you see them. Mears. Can he make a move at the finish? He's making a move. No. Not quite. Gordon Johncock has won the Indianapolis 500. He won it by less than a car length. Less than a car length after 500 miles. The disappointed wife of Rick Mears there. Wow. The jubilation in the pits, the Pat Patrick pits. Gordon Johncock has won it.
That's Ryan Hunter-Reay. He's going to take driver's right. They did not sweep, so it's going to get a little crowded here trying to find the line.
Green flag.
Green flag's out, and Kimball gets snookered for second place, but now he's got the inside line. Look out, it's going to get bumpy. Oh, and we got one car into the wall. Bourdais goes into the wall. And another spin farther back. That is Rubens Barrichello, and Tagliani also involved. There's Will Power, who came into this race with the points lead. He will not leave with it.
And for Bourdais, if he cannot get his car in reverse and move himself out of those tires, it will be a full course yellow. And it's probably going to be now anyways.
Then Franchitti gets into the 2 of Ryan Briscoe. And then more contact with Andretti. Carpenter in the 77 of Pagano, who was going to have to serve a drive-through penalty for the block that he laid on Newgarden. Wow, this thing has just gone crazy here since the restart.
And that's what Toronto does for you.
Full course caution. And I'm not sure they're going to be able to get this all cleaned up before we run out of laps.
And I don't think so, but you also have to feel for Ryan Briscoe, who was having a great day. Didn't look like he had the fastest car on the track, but was very smart in just trying to run his race all the way to the end.
The irony in all this, that during the break, Simon Pagano and several of those other cars we told you about that we thought would have to pit, they did. So if Joseph Newgarden could have just been able to get on those brakes and stay behind, he would have inherited that spot. But there comes Ryan Hunter-Reay saluting the crowd as he comes down to get the checkered flag.
Way to go, man. Way to go. Beautiful car. Beautiful car. Make sure you wave to your fans. Make sure you wave to the fans. Copy that. Copy.
What a run for him. For Charlie Kimball with a career best second. How about Mike Conway comes back? He ends up starting 17th, ends up 3rd.
They have the stamina and the judgment. On to the strand. How much throttle can... And Gugelmin slows. Blundell bursts into the lead as his teammate slows out of fuel. And now Greg Moore has a decision to make. I could have passed him for second. Can I pass him for my second consecutive lead? Bruce McCaw and the team looking on. It's all in the hands of Mark Blundell. Blundell, 2 corners to go. Blundell in the middle of the racetrack. Defensive position. Michael Andretti doing the same in what is now 3rd place. And Blundell slows. Moore is in the lead. Blundell is out of fuel. And it has all come apart for the PacWest teammates. Victory. 2nd straight win for Greg Moore. Michael Andretti second. Gilles de Ferran unofficially third.
Guys, Graham's last lap was 200 to a 203 with Wilson. He is closing quick.
1.4 seconds separate now. 1.3 separate first and second. Graham Rahal may be on his way to his second victory in the IZOD IndyCar Series. But Justin Wilson...
Whoa! He hit the wall! He hit the wall. Unbelievable!
Oh, no!
Keep it going there. Keep going, Graham. Nice save.
They want him to keep going. Normally, if you have contact,
He's got damage. No way.
They go yellow. But Wilson's got to get past him before they go yellow. He's got to pass him in case they go yellow.
Justin Wilson takes the inside and passes Rahal for the lead with less than 2 laps to go. Rahal bumped the wall coming out of 4. And Justin Wilson will take the white flag. 1 more lap to go. Unbelievable that Justin Wilson is on his way to victory.
Okay, mate. 4 turns.
What a turn of events for Graham Rahal, but what a gift for Justin Wilson, who hasn't won since 2009. And here's the checkered flag, and Justin Wilson wins at Texas. Rahal finishes second. Briscoe is third. Then Hinchcliffe, Hildebrand, and Pagano.
Hey, now you need to find your way to victory lane, buddy. Find your way to victory lane.
Oh, my goodness.
Was that ever shades of Indianapolis a year ago?
Yep.